It was brought to my attention, my Broichi pals, on this Yuletide festive season that there's been some films floating around throughout history and pop culture that aren't necessarily Christmas films,
Yeah.
but definitely give off a Christmas vibe. And people have had this, long debate about Die Hard.
Yeah, like they'll take place on Christmas, but they're not about Christmas.
We've had it, and honestly, I was thinking about this earlier. I was literally gonna like I want to just establish like what are we counting as an actual Christmas movie? Because I feel like maybe it's shifted for me. I feel like maybe my opinion has shifted or softened in a way.
Okay, well, we have a
I would like that to
range.
be open to discussion, maybe.
Exactly.
I
We
think very
have.
simply, a Christmas movie is about Christmas.
Okay.
But what does that mean exactly? Is what I'm saying.
We'll
Like
we'll
Movie is about
we
Christmas.
gotta fucking.
Takes place on Christmas, is about Christmas.
we'll
Christmas is a
discuss it.
central character.
Those are
We'll
two different
discuss
things.
Character, essentially.
But what does Christmas mean, Eric?
Because Christmas is a character.
Christmas.
We're gonna
The time of
decide
year.
that
Oh,
tonight,
sorry.
guys. We're gonna have the definitive list of where things
No.
fall, with a few choices. I mean, if you guys have other choices, let me know. But I curated a few that maybe you've seen, maybe you haven't. We can dive into them and look further if we need to. But I'm gonna share my screen with you guys, and you'll be able to see
You are?
my
That's kind of you.
What?
my ranking. Here it is. This is the chart.
I like that. Yep.
As you can see,
Okay.
Spirit of Christmas at the very top. Very Christmas
Oh, what?
vibes.
Why are we walking?
Is that Christopher Walken? Yeah.
I got
Weapon
kind of
choice music video.
I got out of hand with like the feeling of joy that goes throughout that Weapon of Choice music video,
Yeah.
and didn't notice that there's a Christmas tree part of it. So I was like, hey, this is
Christmas tree.
serendipitous. So like, there's a Christmas
I guess
vibe
I
in it.
never.
Never noticed it.
Is it actually like decorated like a like?
Yes, there's
Okay.
a few scenes in the music video where they have that red flower that are always out.
Yeah.
Is it, oh my God, was that chrysanthemum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a few Christmas trees, chrysanthemums, and like lights.
That's interesting. I never fucking noticed that. Wow.
So I have a few walk-ins to kind
But
of give
that-
us a little idea of what we're thinking for these films.
You can't stop me. You can't put this baby in a corner. I'm gonna take a stand here. Why are we counting this? And I'm not saying that it shouldn't be, but I just want to know for each of us, why are we counting fucking Weapon of Choice as Christmas? Because clearly it's included because it's there on the screen. But why are we including Weapon of Choice when it's just Christmas decorations?
No.
That has nothing to do with this. This is to give us the mood.
Visual.
So like the visual component, like how he's despondent in the last one. He's just not there. Mistletoe
Christmas
in.
anymore.
He's like he's vibing a little bit. Yuletide vibe. He's like, yeah, okay, this is more like it. And then Spirit of Christmas, he's levitating off the air or off the ground,
Yeah.
and it's
Well,
definitely
the song
around.
clearly isn't about Christmas. Like
no.
Fatboy Slim definitely
Get that-
didn't
get
use
that out of
any,
your
any
head.
cuts from anything.
I was gonna say you're overthinking this, Wilson.
That's not the point of that. It's just I got out of hand
Music
with
video is just a visual. It's
just
got-
a
it's got
visual
nothing to do with
component.
How we feel about it as Christmas. or
yeah.
anything.
It's I
a
found
visual.
that was an interesting part of it, honestly. But it honestly was just like, oh well, now I'm gonna find different images to convey this, Spirit of Christmas or Yuletide vibe or Mistletoe in or Ho Ho No. So
Oh no.
yeah, it's just a visual accompaniment to get us kind of like, all right, I'm feeling it's hitting that vibe or that emotion, I guess, that we see
Guess you
Walken is
just-
showing.
I guess you just don't understand.
So I'm gonna
I
start.
overstand, dude.
I'm gonna drag in the first one we have,
No.
Doyard.
See, no. You can't say no. You just fucking said that's not a part of the conversation, so you don't get to
Mistle-
say no.
Mistletoe in.
Mistletoe in. What are we
You just
thinking?
know that it's Christmas. It doesn't
But
really,
why?
to me, feel like a Christmas movie.
Then why not ho ho no?
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
What?
Oh,
What?
oh
But
no.
what did I? I
I was
don't
giving grace.
understand.
I was giving grace for if one of you thought it was. So,
Well,
me,
that's
I say,
I
oh
think
no.
I think it's up for discussion because a lot of people like it's their movie they watch because they're not really into like the Christmas films. They're
Yeah.
like, I gotta watch just something that's
See,
sort of related to it or has the vibe of it.
Which
this is
which means it's taken on a different meaning to people, which means it is more like become a Christmas tradition, which makes it more Christmassy.
and
So,
that's why I'm saying that
mistletoe.
I think each of these is a case by case basis of worthy of discussion. I don't think we can just like not talk about this of whether it of what might make it more of a Christmas movie or not. Like you just said, Eric, it can take on a life of its own of
Yeah.
this becomes a tradition, whether the movie is about Christmas or not. Like like we could live in a world where the world around watches the John Leguizamo Bob Hoskins Mario Brothers movie every Christmas year, but we don't live in that world. So like
Right.
mhm.
it's Die Hard. I'm going to say mistletoe in because if we're actually doing this by like
Yeah.
how Christmassy this is, then
Mhm.
yeah, maybe mistletoe in because it straddles the line between Yuletide vibe and mistletoe in because before Hans and all of his cronies really start effing s up, there's a decent Christmas vibe. There's like you got Bruce Willis being a little bit grumpy about the holidays. You got like that kind of whole are you screwing my ex-wife kind of vibe. Like there's a little bit of, they may not be like togetherness, Jesus, love Christmas vibes, but they are Christmas vibes nonetheless.
I can agree with that, and that's another thing that my criteria is probably way different than your guys's. So I'm not gonna like try to sway
Yeah.
you with my opinion on it, but like my baseline opinion for a lot of these is like, does it evoke that Christmas kind of wholesomeness at any point where you know
Christmas core. Like,
you have that kind of that Christmas core nostalgia
yeah.
moment of like, oh, this is like butterflies in the stomach, or like, you know, that's wholesome and nice. And the parts that are nice are when, you know, John McClane is talking to the police officer that's on the ground, you know, and they're kind of talking back and forth and keeping each other's spirits up, you know. And there's, you know, that kind of buddy stuff that's happening. And other than that, I don't know if there's other Christmas themes other than maybe the party decorations. There's no music really. It's all action music.
I think I'm thinking of at least maybe one moment of some music, because it's been a minute since I've seen Die Hard. But isn't it the case that he's in the limo and he's going to the plaza, and his limo driver is like, "Hey man, it's Christmas," and he like puts on Christmas music or something like that, and he tells him like, "Oh, just wait out here in the car, like just hang around. I might dip out early or something like that." And we keep cutting back to him in the car, and he's like, I think on the phone at one point, but I think he's listening to Christmas music, and then at the very end they like meet up again. He's like, "What the hell just happened? That was amazing."
Yep.
But I seem to remember a little bit of back and forth of the driver being like, "Hey man, it's Christmas time, like Merry Christmas," and trying to play Christmas music, and maybe Bruce Willis being like, "Not happening, turn it off."
Yeah, I would say you're correct on that. It's very few and far between with some of the Christmassy things. It does.
It dips its toe though. Dips its toe.
It dips its toe.
It dips its toe. Yeah, like other than the direct shit about him and like his ex-wife talking about, "Hey, we are going to celebrate Christmas," or like him and his daughter, I guess, at the very end with the watch and everything. Like, "Oh, I was gonna get you that for Christmas," or like, what was it? I forget, but yeah, there's a little mention there at the very. So it's few and far between, but it's there.
Yep. I'm happy with putting
So
it there because
mistletoe in.
It exists also. You can watch it not on Christmas too, and it still works.
Yeah.
It's not like every Christmas I need to watch Die Hard. Like I will, just because like it maybe will evoke or give me some kind of, you know, nostalgia vibe for Christmas, but I could watch it in the summer too and be like, yep, that's totally fine. It's a good flick nonetheless.
Now, I'm not even sure if this is going to be a part of the list or not, and it doesn't matter but for the sake of what we're doing here. But because I know Die Hard 2 takes place in the winter, obviously too. But is
It's
that
yeah, part of it's on Christmas. Yeah, it's on Christmas too, or around
okay?
Christmas,
All right,
or on.
interesting.
At some point, Christmas is represented, or like the date of Christmas is.
So at least the filmmakers were keeping that like at least a recurring theme, whether or not it was like
Right.
supposed to be centralized on Christmas. It was at least a part of the movie for in the universe
the lore.
scheduling sakes. Yeah, part of the
Yeah.
lore.
Here comes the next one. This one was a more recent discussion that Wilson brought to our attention. Brazil.
I
This
couldn't
one-
even venture to say if this is a Christmas movie or not.
Yeah,
My instinct is no. But
the one fucking scene I'm thinking of is like, and maybe it's only a dream or something, but the family sitting around the Buttle family or Tuttle sitting around on Christmas, and then the fucking troops come in and arrest him or something, right?
Yeah, like
Or it's like the day before Christmas, something like that.
every time I watch the film, I'm surprised that there is a Christmas scene. Like you had to bring it up, and I was like, "Oh yeah," because it's
yeah.
like that's the thing I completely miss about the film because it's so bizarre and dreamlike and unique that I'm like everything else is distracting me from it being a Christmas thing, like or takes place around Christmas. So
It really does.
but I mean, it's up for discussion. Like, what exactly is in that scene again? Like, I know some places are decorated for Christmas, and there is snow falling on the ground when Robert De Niro busts through on his zip lines and stuff like that. There's always like a snow and things like that happening, and there's ice and wintry looking things.
I can't really
the city.
I couldn't really tell you like when in the movie Christmas might take place, but it is definitely taking place around that time. There may be even a moment in there where he's saying to somebody like, they're saying Happy Christmas to each other, and then maybe it's at one of the messed up dinners that he has with his mother or something. But it's in there a little bit.
A lot of this movie.
Again, it's more like a very non-stated thing, and it's just happens to be that time of year happening in the background.
Yeah,
you're saying all of these things, and I was like, did I watch this movie? I know I watched this movie.
we watched it as a group. We watched it as reel to reel.
I know. That's what I'm like.
I definitely feel like
none of this.
Well, because I feel like maybe if we went back to the reel, there'd be a Dream Soul present. Maybe, just maybe.
Well, maybe. Well, was this one of the ones we did like in person?
No.
We actually could have. Well, I remember playing my Criterion version of it, but maybe that was on my PS.
Oh no, yeah, it was streamed. I do remember that.
Yeah. I'm okay with putting it ho ho no because it's always like a weird realization whenever it plays. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, it is Christmassy, or it has a Christmas scene.
Maybe, just maybe, there's because Michael Palin is like maybe there's a scene of that character interacting with the main character who's and at like a Christmas party, or there, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm having some vague memory of them both dressed up and sharing. There's again, it's like
movie I didn't see, so I don't know.
It's like a fever dream, Bradshaw, honestly.
Yeah. With this, Bradshaw. Do you remember the lady falling out of a casket in sludge? Lady falls out of a box in sludge?
You could just be saying anything else, like Wilson. You could just like play some kind of joke on him, saying like, "Do you remember this?"
Are you playing a game with me right now?
No, that's I know how to speak to a Bradshaw, so I'm getting down and I'm whispering next to the horse's ear.
Yeah, you do the magic word, sludge.
Sludge.
'Cause I would remember some sludge.
Lady in a box of made of sludge.
Lady in a box of
No,
sludge.
Do you remember a giant
Uh,
robotic samurai?
that wasn't in
that
there.
fucking really. The giant babies, or like the fucking baby hobo crab creature things.
Hmm. The ventilation system repairmen.
Yeah.
It's a fever dream of a movie, and I'm okay with it being at Ho Ho No, because I'd like to
I
consider it
love.
a movie we can just watch at any time, because I mean, it's a fantastic movie, and everybody should see it.
I
Maybe you should consider watching it every Christmas if that'll get you to watch it. 'Cause it's great.
Yeah, watch it right before you go to bed, before you're gonna wait for Santa Claus, because then your dreams will be nice and vivid.
For sure.
I just saw though the visual of the movie Brazil being in the same row as that Christopher Walken, like it looks like he just watched Brazil, and that's
It's like,
him post
whoa.
watching the
Dude, he did.
movie.
That's what the music video's about.
He's just thinking like, oh my god, what the fuck? Why
Damn.
did he do? Why did that happen to him? What is that? What's going on?
All right, here's the next one.
Kiss, kiss, bang, bang.
Chris, Braid,
I would say. So
We watched this in
one-
reel to reel, very early reel to reel as a group. We watched
Yeah.
it together.
this one definitely has more about Crimbus in it than the others do.
I would say
think
that's true.
the main character, the female lead, who was it? That's
Michelle something, I think.
Michelle Monaghan.
Yeah.
I think she's even in a Santa-esque like dress at one point.
Yep, she is.
Again, I think there's very possibly a Christmas party of some kind happening
Yeah,
too,
yes,
like at
yeah.
more than one point.
Robert Downey
for
is
me-
breaking into a toy store right at the beginning to get
So
Christmas
I
stuff.
I think
I'm throwing
you're kind of on the track, Bradshaw. Of, yeah, it's definitely got the Yuletide vibe, whether or not it's more than the others, at least.
Yeah. So far, yeah, it's the one that like I can recall Christmas the most in.
Now, I would be really curious to see here in our list if there is going to be something that, if there's going to be a future title that comes up that makes any of the previous titles shift spots. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Where you have to like
'Cause we're
reframe
kind
how.
of feeling out what these levels mean at this point, right? You know,
Yeah.
kind of defining them as we go at this point.
This one might be a little difficult if you have seen it.
Nope.
Eyes Wide Shut.
I actually have not.
Okay. So to paint the picture a little bit, Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman are a married couple. Tom Cruise stumbles upon some kind of mystery where he goes to a clandestine club. People are all in masks, and it's
masquerades.
It takes place around Christmas, so there's a lot of lights and winter-looking scenes. But it's it's a mystery film, and there's a lot of iconography of Christmas at all these different locations he goes to.
Right.
A lot of people wearing heavy coats or like very nice looking like Prada style coats, like designer coats, and really chic looking, classical looking fashion.
Say mistletoe in for this one.
Okay.
But
well, here's something that
yeah.
Go ahead. Tyler.
The orgies.
Well, I mean,
The orgies.
You're the one who's seen the film, so I feel like you've got the most informed that
the things
here,
that
but
I don't consider it necessarily. Like I just looked through some other lists of other people's it's kind of around Christmas, but not necessarily about Christmas.
Christmas adjacent. Yeah.
I don't even think I would say it's mistletoe in, but you know,
Okay.
my criteria is like having those kind of heartwarming things. Like this is a very
Thematic.
bleak film. I
do think
I
that
mean, it's not. I mean, it's very just mysterious and bizarre, but I wouldn't necessarily
Yeah.
say
Just
bleak.
like Christmas.
Depending on your, I guess the end scene, or you know how you take the final moments of the movie.
well, there is, I think, room for bleak to be something that you could attribute with Christmas, depending on who you
Exactly.
are, depending on. So
That's why I brought up, because
yeah,
seasonal
it's
depression happens around Christmas, and a lot of people, you know, have a hard time, you know, if they don't have family to get to, you know, see every so often, you know, they're alone, they don't want to go outside, it's too cold, and this gives off that kind of vibe where it's like very loner, not seriously depressed, but has that kind of melancholy to it, like Christmas sometimes would have for people.
there. You want to know something that? Okay, we're sticking with Kubrick for a second.
Mm-hmm.
I some of his framing, some of his lighting, some of the things that he does can evoke things that I can associate with Christmas time. And I'm not talking about like the warm, cheerful aspect. I'm talking about like the
Shining.
times
Like
around
The
Christmas
Shining,
when you've
yeah.
got like,
The maze on The Shining.
well, like the times when it's like um, snowing outside and it's got that weird quiet
Mm-hmm.
to everything.
Yep.
That
Yeah.
There you
hush.
go. That's what I'm thinking. That kind of harsh.
That's
You don't want to go outside.
Unsettling quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, whether it's unsettling or not, it's. I'm just saying that it is not distinctly of that like warm fuzziness.
Yeah.
And some of his framing in 2001, there are times where I'm like, "Ooh, this is kind of cold and isolated in that way. Not threatening, not anything else, but it's not warm and fuzzy either."
Would that be more wintry vibes than Christmas vibes, though? You know, wintercore,
Maybe,
Wintercore, more
but like,
wintercore style.
but then with what you're talking about in Eyes Wide Shut, if
Dumblecore.
people are wearing like, you know, coats with fur on them and things like that, there's little pieces that can add up to a greater some of their parts, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see maybe some of that being a little bit more Christmassy, but I don't think it necessarily. Yeah, I don't think it necessarily has to be about Christmas or take place on Christmas for it to be a Christmas movie. But
Okay.
Also, I hereby trademark the word Dumblecore. Just popped in my head.
Just Broadshow core. That's
Mine.
my core. Broadshow core.
Michael Gambon is part of that for sure.
You just got a really long beard and walk around in a robe, big hat.
Here's the next one.
Oh shit!
Batman Returns. Yuletide vibe.
The Batman.
Yuletide vibe for sure, man. Yeah, that's like the baseline for this. I feel.
It's.
Let's talk about it. Let's give it a shot here. It's very wintry.
It's got like traditional. Yeah, I was gonna say traditionally, you know, Christmas associated visuals with the snow, right?
Yep.
Plus, like, you know, the Danny Elfman music is kind of, you know, it's Danny Elfman, but there's an element of it that feels appropriate in a weird Christmas movie.
He has that kind of melancholy winter vibe too to this, where, you know, how Gotham is very
So does Penguin, dude.
oppressive.
That guy's Penguin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a snowbird.
When you have Gotham, this kind of
Good point, Eric.
this terrible city, you know, this really gross looking city, and then you have it covered in white snow. It kind of has a beautiful eerie vibe to it, and that's what this whole movie is like a beautiful eeriness.
Also, Christopher Walken's in it.
He is.
So,
Max
yeah.
Schreck.
That's very true. I think it takes place around Christmas, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah. The first scene is
and
the tree lighting ceremony, and they open a big
there's
present.
Enough in there of that imagery, like you said, of like decorated things that are decorated for Christmas that I think there's enough in there that it can very comfortably live in Yuletide vibe. Because
Oh,
if out of any of these so far,
Hmm.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang and Batman Returns, I think both of those you could find parts of those movies and just cut together a tiny little montage of moments that are just showing like, hey, here's a establishing shot, or here is an interstitial or something
Hmm.
that is just pure Christmas looks.
the thing, like,
Yeah.
because like with comics too, they often will set, there's a lot of Batman stories set around Christmas. And I think part of it is just the aesthetic of Gotham too, being this like gothic city,
Hmm.
which like
Hmm.
really lends itself to Christmas imagery. Um, yeah,
The black and white, like the contrast of that, and it all
the
adds
gothic
to it.
architecture, all the
Yep, things covered in snow, and yeah, I mean, it's just so
gargoyles
much.
covered in snow, dude. Come on.
When I think of Batman Returns, I'm thinking of the fucking absolute mastermind of the Tim Burton like set design
Oh
of
yeah.
like Gotham itself, laden in
Mhm.
snow. These super tall fucking Christmas trees that, in my mind, are like half the size of a skyscraper.
Yep.
And
Right.
like, yeah, like for sure, Christmas vibes, dude.
It's like Tim Burton's, like, obviously he's got, some Christmas bona fides, having produced Nightmare Before Christmas, but like,
Yep.
um,
He is the skeleton. Yeah.
yeah, and he and I think there's something about his odd, you know, gothic aesthetic and music choices that they just fit well in Christmas. I think I even saw Edward Scissorhands takes place around Christmas too.
Hmm.
Yeah, he makes it
See, there's
snow.
something to
He
be
like
said for that, where
that's
it's
yeah.
he mixes those two things of like
The
whether it's
whimsy
gothic, but yeah,
and the like,
the light and the
the
dark, the
yeah,
multitude of like two differing aspects into one thing that does fit, and that kind of leaves like a little bit of a haste, so that later when you're experiencing those things, kind of like I was saying, it still can feel Christmassy, not
yep.
just wintry. But you're right, Aaron. You're right to make that
You're
distinction.
I'm gonna throw it in a Yuletide vibe slash Spirit of Christmas because
yeah.
I watched it recently, and with my criteria, my opinion on a lot of these Christmas films is that it has to have that kind of, it evokes some kind of warmness, wholesomeness, and if you just
Mhm.
watch the final moments of the film, after all is said and done, these three characters you see, Batman, Catwoman, and Penguin, they all have like their issues, and
Penguin.
they come together at one point in the movie, but towards the end, they're kind of spread out. Things happen to the characters, and Batman or Bruce Wayne doesn't know what happened to Selena Kyle. She got, the last thing he saw was her get shot like 3 times by Christopher Walken. But
Yeah.
he thinks he sees something out in this alleyway, and it's snowing.
Nightlife,
Really,
baby.
really beautiful snow is falling, and he goes into this alleyway and he sees a black cat. He picks it up, brings it back to his limo with Alfred, and their exchange is the last scene of the movie where Alfred just looks at him in the rear view and says, "Merry Christmas, Master Wayne," and then he says it back to him. He's like, "Merry Christmas, Alfred," and goodwill toward men. And then he kind of looks at the cat and he goes, "And women." That moment kind of solidifies it as like a very Christmassy kind of tagline.
A very baddie Christmas.
Yeah. But I'm fine with it being on the same as Yuletide vibe, but that's my argument for it being a little bit above because it
Dude,
ends on that note.
I support that. Yeah, that's a good point.
As of now, sure, absolutely. There may be something that feels more spirit of Christmassy and that shifts down the Yuletide vibe, or that could stay up in spirit of Christmas. Where the walk-ins soar like
Where the walk-ins
eagles.
are
Where the
so-
walk-ins soar. Oh god.
Up where the walk-ins soar.
Yeah.
The Grammys.
The
Gremlins.
walk-ins nest.
Gremlins.
Oh, dude, okay.
This-
My vote is for Spirit of Christmas because I just really the first time I remember seeing Gremlins was during Christmas, at my grandparents' house, and we were down in their basement, and most of it was like just concrete. It wasn't unfinished, but it was, not too furnished. And we were watching that movie, and I was fine with the whole movie, but the very, very end, when Stripe gets melted, his his skeleton was freaky to me. So I was like, "Oh, dang, that's good." And yeah, that was on a Christmas. So the movie being like set at Christmas time, and I watched it at Christmas, it to me just screams that like.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I feel like Christmas has a little bit less of like innate warm fuzzies and a little bit more rough around the edges. It's because of shit like Gremlins. I don't know.
yeah, and
Right.
your anecdote about you had history with it on watching it on Christmas, so definitely there's that harkening
There's
back
a
to that
bunch of Christmas
nostalgia.
imagery and visuals too, right?
There is.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Dude,
There's
fucking Phoebe Cates's speech about her dad, like that's like a famous
Yeah.
like Christmas like reference, I guess. Like whenever people are talking about dark shit on Christmas, or like they always talk about that about this movie too. Like Phoebe Cates talking about her dad, and
Oh God, Phoebe Cates talk about her dad.
oh good. Yeah,
I was thinking about Phoebe Cates talking about her dad. I guess so hard.
that was a pretty easy one. That's why I kind of left it for up here. But yeah, it's
If you guys feel different,
no. The first
No,
song
no.
is like, "The snow's coming down, Christmas."
As
Like
soon as Gremlins got as soon as he put up Gremlins, my brain immediately remembered a bunch of Christmas imagery and shit. Like
Yeah, and
like
a
yep,
bunch
Christmas.
of needle drops, a bunch of like lights on houses and snow, and yeah,
if part of the criteria for these things being in this conversation and being higher up on this than others is like part of that warm fuzzy, you
Yeah.
cannot tell me that Gizmo does not introduce
Yep.
some of those warm fuzzies.
He
'Cause
is a
that
warm
little
He
fucking puppet,
literally is a warm fuzzy, dude.
yeah.
All right, next one, a more recent one.
Green Knight.
Oh, yeah. It's it feels like it would be somewhere around Yuletide vibe, maybe, because it has that like it has that feel of a story that you might hear about Saint Nicholas, and like
Right.
it just has that fable-esque
That
kind
lore
of
feel,
framing to
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it takes place literally on Christmas. They make mention. It's like, Christ was born. Like today's Christ Day or whatever. Like they have a Christmas game. Like the Green Knight shows up at,
Jesus Day.
the round table and is like, "Yo, let's play a Christmas game." And then it has like these whimsical like themes throughout, and it doesn't have a lot of winter looking vibes, but it definitely has a dreamlike quality to it that seems like it could fit a Christmas aesthetic.
Yeah.
The English have always like had this weird, not weird, but the specific like attachment to Christmas, I feel like.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
And
Like they have a very Christmassy aesthetic. The Brits,
They do.
well, yeah. And whether it's
A lot of
winter
warm
or
and
not,
cozies and yeah.
yeah. Like Harry Potter, it definitely has
Yep, that
that.
happens on Christmas too.
Whether that like that first movie though,
Yeah.
just watching them celebrate Christmas, it captures what I feel like I'm
Yeah.
talking about, of like the way that the Brits like view that holiday versus
Yeah.
us. And then like I the Green Knight, and we're talking about that the Christ's Day celebration and tying it together with like religion, Arthurian legend, as well as that Christmas lore of Saint Nicholas and Santa
Yeah.
Claus and that evolution.
Yeah.
I always think about fucking the Chronicles of Narnia, where in the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Santa just pimps up and distributes magical items to
Flips
kids,
up
and
the-
it's like, ho ho ho,
It's like
you
all
want a
these made up
bow?
characters, and
Like,
then there's just Santa.
yeah, and because the part of the thing that in the book is like, oh, it's always winter,
Father
but it's
Christmas.
never Christmas. It's never winter.
Yeah.
It's always winter, but never Christmas. They repeat it over and over, and then
Mhm.
Christmas comes, and it's another one of those moments where you kind of feel that recognition of like the Brits being like, "Happy Christmas," and it's time for
Yeah.
Christ, the celebration of, and yeah, but so I feel like the Green Knight just on like uh, on the surface more kind of more than the some of the scenes within feels a little
Yeah.
bit more vibey, Yuletide vibey.
I'm happy with that too.
The
It
Brits are Christmas folk.
That's true. I was gonna say something else about it that it kind of has some themes about like how you should behave also on Christmas, or like, the goodwill toward men kind of thing, where this whole thing is
yeah,
about
sure.
how this young man, is seen as lazy, and his mother's given him this task to become a honorable knight, right? So he goes and he is put to the test to see if he has valor, and he has like these things to make him a good person, right? So that's kind of what Christmas is about too, is trying to be a better person, give tithes to the poor, or do something nice for others, give to others.
Maybe if you're a fucking wuss.
But it's
Yeah.
that's something that is very prevalent in a lot
Yep.
of Christmas films. It's
Big time.
be good to others around this time of year, because not a lot of people are privileged and get things.
Yeah.
So it's
It's like the Christmas Carol type situation.
exactly
Tiny Tim.
it's very Christmas Carol where a guy learns a lesson.
Christmas Carol core.
But I do think it has the Yuletide vibe.
Caroling.
Scrooge core.
It's interesting that even a
Tiny
movie
Tim core,
about
dude.
Santa
Fucking Cratchit
God bless
core,
the
dude.
God
Cratchit
Ratchet
core.
Core. Oh shit,
Hell yeah.
there'd be chains
Love
involved in
Scrooge
that.
core. Yes.
Scrooge
Cratchit core. Going on.
So
Yeah, just having a family you can't take care of, dude. Tight.
I can't even remember what I was just about to say, but yeah.
Okay,
Cratchit core came in like a wrecking ball, dude.
next one is
Yeah.
In Bruges.
In
Oh, it was on Christmas too. Oh,
Well, I don't know if it
I like
necessarily
that movie.
did, but it took place on like a
I think it did.
wintry
thought it
vibe holiday setting.
Thought it was
Yeah, I'm
fine.
remembering what you're talking about, where it's like I remember shots of like some
Swear there's
small
imagery.
festival and decorations and stuff, but I don't remember if it was
Maybe it's
Christmas
just the
or not.
Europe of it all, and so much of our Christmas imagery is very like European. Like maybe that's why I keep.
This is another one of those that might have the kind of melancholy, depressing kind of vibe of the holiday tied to it, because you have like Colin Farrell's character is very like a misanthrope, and he is very sarcastic throughout the whole thing, and he comes off as a Scrooge, I guess, of the movie.
I need to watch that again. I really liked that movie.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
But what do you guys think? I think it might have a mistletoe in. It's definitely, I don't know if it's a ho ho no, but it might be
Right.
on the same line as Die Hard.
I'd have to see some of the
There's a-
specifics.
There's a article on GQ called "Reminder: In Bruges is a Christmas movie, 2024."
Interesting.
Yeah.
What do you remember about it? Because when I look back, and I haven't seen this in
Not
a
much,
while, it's
I guess I guess more than fucking Brazil, but apparently,
yeah, Brazil's all over the board here.
yeah, I might have been hang dangled when I watched that with you. So, so it's yeah, it's takes place in the lead up to Christmas. with very Christmassy looking locations.
It wasn't
So,
marketed as, you know, that,
I-
but very much
no,
has elements of it.
just so happens to be that time of year. I think it might have just been like I'm overthinking it, but it might have been just like a quirky choice of like, this will make, like, to like contrast this, you know, that style of movie over a kind of, you know, holiday looking setting, you know,
Yeah.
especially since it's like a comedic movie too.
Yep. Very dark comedy, kind of the same style as Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. It's not, you know, as overt with its
Yeah.
Christmas themes, but very much sarcastic and dark comedy-ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
We good with mistletoe in for that one?
Hell yeah, dude.
Okay.
Missile, hell yeah.
I'm gonna do this one. You guys might have not seen this one.
Nope, never seen it.
I'm not.
I suggest you
Who
guys.
and Samuel L.
Samuel L. Jackson and Gina Davis.
Gina
What the
Davis?
fuck movie was there?
Okay, I would
And
suggest
also,
you guys.
what in the late '90s, like fucking cover and font is this, dude? Like, what the shit?
I can actually tell you, this is very much related to Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, not just because the long
Got
kiss,
in the title.
but also Shane Black did the screenplay for The Long Kiss Goodnight,
Oh, did he?
and Shane Black
Yeah.
directed Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Yeah, he also did Iron Man 3. I didn't like that movie.
So
well, that's kind of a Christmas a little bit. A
It
little
is
bit.
a little bit, isn't it?
A
Shane
little
Black and
bit.
Christmas. Is this Predator movie about fucking Christmas too?
I have not
fucking,
seen it, so I
Lethal
couldn't
Weapon.
tell you.
Lethal Weapons Christmas too.
Yep, I was gonna maybe open that up to discussion too. I don't have that picture ready to go, but if we want to talk about that one too, we can. But I'm gonna say I suggest you guys watch this if you like Kiss Kiss Bang
Shane Black
Bang.
loves Christmas, dude.
I mean, there's something about hitmen or guys with guns or detectives around Christmas that kind of is a cool juxtaposition.
Right.
This has a lot to do with mistaken identity and amnesia, I think, a lot too, which is kind of an interesting twist on stuff, but
Yep.
it's a good flick.
There's a lot of weird mental and emotional things that happen in Christmas movies too. Like,
yeah.
you know, fucking, what's the shit with Jimmy Stewart?
It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Very much depressive.
The whole thing.
Is a
Fucking
Mary
Scrooge and Christmas Carol. All sorts of stuff.
It's all. It's all. Wow.
I'm gonna say it's definitely a mistletoe in. It does open like I think the first scene is another needle drop of like a Christmas song during like a Christmas parade or something, but I don't know if they stick with the Christmas theme throughout.
Right.
I might have to watch it again, but I would suggest you guys give it a shot, and maybe we can change this up a little bit, but it definitely has Christmas in it.
Dude, I was just looking at Shane Black movies, right? And there's the movie the Nice Guys with Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling.
I love it.
And I was like, does this have Christmas? And then I'm going through the whole synopsis. No Christmas, no Christmas. The very end, at a bar on Christmas Eve. I was like, oh, shit. Shane Black, Christmas boy.
Our Christmas.
He is a Christmas boy, I guess.
All right. Hopefully,
What
maybe.
What if we were looking at this and we discovered that some director out there had like secretly made all of his movies as like undercover Christmas movies? Like,
Yeah. Undercover Christmas.
Have you
undercover Christmas.
guys seen Trading Places?
Yes.
Yes,
Ooh,
but it's been a little bit.
Dude, I would almost put that in fucking
Spirit?
Yuletide vibe, brother.
Yuletide vibe?
For sure. For sure.
At least Yuletide vibe. I mean, if you got a strong feeling for Spirit, we can do Spirit.
Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's
I
give it
think
a
Yuletide
shot.
vibe is at least a baseline.
Okay. What makes you say
Because
that?
it's all based around what you're talking about. That like
Yeah,
goodwill towards man. Like some dude learns a lesson.
it's a very like
you,
Christmas
you
caroling
very
type
succinctly
thing
put it
too.
for a fucking
Yeah.
Christmas archetype. Dude learns a lesson.
Guy learns
Yeah,
lessons. Yep.
Skyler's lesson is like a key thing in Christmas movies.
It does take place during winter and the holidays, and there is scenes of Christmas. There's the Salvation Army bells and things like that happening.
Mm-hmm.
Aykroyd's got to learn to give a frig.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, it's very like Christmas Carol adjacent. Christmas Carol core. It's a Christmas Carol core movie.
that's true.
Yeah. Christmas Carol ass movie, dude.
Eddie Cratchit.
Yep.
Okay, I'm glad you guys have all seen that and have the same consensus I did, because
That's another one that I should watch again because it's been a minute, but I remember really enjoying it.
Yeah.
As these pop up of ones that I haven't seen in a long time, like the ones that I remember, they just come flooding back with that stuff.
See,
like with that, when I'm
once-
playing places, I was like, that, and oh shit, yeah. So it just all came flooding back.
I want to trade places. I remember liking about that movie how like their personalities like kind of change, where one person, like as their situation changes, they learn the outlook of the other.
Yep.
They walked a mile in another man's shoes.
Well, one of them don't wear shoes.
And it was a very snowy mile. Jesus Christ, dude, that's a cover.
This is my last one that I've curated, but I don't know if you guys have seen this.
I don't know who that is on the cover.
That's Dennis Leary.
Yeah, Leary, yeah.
Kevin
That's
Spacey.
Leary? Okay,
Dennis
sure.
Leary,
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey.
Free rescue me.
I forget the woman's name, but there's a lot of other people. J.K. Simmons is in it as a little bit part.
J.K. Lowell.
So I'm going to give you the synopsis if you haven't seen this. Dennis Leary is a robber or crime guy. I don't know. Essentially, he's a bad dude. He stumbles upon this house where he's trying to hide out from the cops, and he takes this family hostage. And then, unbeknownst to him, the family's extended family come over for Christmas dinner, and it's very much a let's pretend he's part of our family, or like our marriage counselor. But he ends up trying to save this this couple's marriage while also trying to hide from the cops. So it has maybe a little bit of the guy learns lesson, because
Guy learns lesson.
I don't know if he learns a lesson, but he learns to maybe understand other people's, I don't know, emotions. But there's a lot of those tropes in movies where the extended family has a very like conniving and mean-spirited like in-law that shows up and is like belittling everything that their daughter-in-law or son-in-law is doing under their breath, and like the other, the son or the daughter has to kind of just like, yep, that's just my mom. I can't really say anything. I can't do anything because she's my mom. Doesn't really, can't speak up about, how mean they were being. That's the situation with this, where Dennis Leary then has to pop in and say like, you bitch. How could you do this?
You bitch, you.
What? He just has to pop in and say, you bitch.
Well, essentially he does. He calls her out. He's like, hey, if I had to be your kid, I wouldn't put up with this shit. Like, you're a horrible, mean-spirited person. And, it kind of shows that Kevin Spacey's character to get a backbone, kind of stick up for himself and stick up for his wife. And that's kind of the only thing she was wanting from him. But he is very much a put down and a punching bag for his mom. And it took Dennis Leary robbing them for him to understand that. So it has a Yuletide vibe. I'll put that out there.
Yeah.
I would suggest maybe watching it. I don't know how many times I've seen this. I think
So
I've
would
only
you say then that you would put that in the Yuletide vibe, since it has a Yuletide vibe?
I'm thinking. I'm definitely thinking.
Go for it, dude.
I tried to find one that I've seen that is like that because it could work as a Thanksgiving film too, just like you
Right.
know,
Similar types of themes around that time
yeah,
of year, right?
Similar types of givings.
dinner time, like a big dinners and things like that.
So I have an additional one,
Yeah, throw them out there. I just grabbed a
and
few.
it's not man learns something. It is boy learns something, and that is Willy Wonkus and the Chocolate Funkus.
Because
What do you
of
think about that?
because of the candy.
Well, it takes place around Christmas, and because remember, part of the thing is like his mom wants to get him, like what the only thing they could afford him for like Christmas or whatever is like a candy bar or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's all about like learning lessons and like
Very much. Being
what I
bad
mean, like
kids.
it's got that spirit of giving type thing, and like there's a little bit of Christmas Carol core in there, like a little bit. It's also class. It's Tiny Tim core. That's what it is. Just fucking
Just because he walks around with a cane.
Tiny Tim cores. No. Charlie Bucket is very Tiny Tim coded.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But
Pathos, the character just like meant to make you feel feel for them.
it's yeah, I saw that on there. There's that list, that IMDb list that I linked.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at it, and that one really stuck out to me. And I was like, oh shit, like there is Christmas involved in this movie, and it is kind of very like, learn your lesson, showing you like the bad way to do things and like the good way, and then like all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's very very Christmas appropriate, I think.
So would you say it's got a mistletoe in, or is it a Yuletide vibe?
So it's a good question, because at a glance and without that small detail of it being like Christmassy, you wouldn't necessarily think it a Christmas movie, but I think it definitely has the spirit of a Christmas movie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Not saying it should go in spirit of Christmas. I'm just using that phrase.
I see a big candy cane on the cover here, on this version.
It is it's candy. So I mean, like, I could see Yuletide vibe, but if you guys think mistletoe in, I'm good with that.
I would argue that it probably would fit better in mistletoe in.
Yep.
Just
I think
because
so too.
these other ones definitely have the Christmas and winter themes in them. And I don't think it fits with this row already established.
Right.
But yeah, I can see your point on, the learning lessons thing, and the candy is a big deal with, Santa bringing candy and chocolates and sweets and that stuff. And Charlie Bucket's,
Yeah.
Tiny Tim. But yeah,
Yep. Tiny Tim core.
It's got the Tiny Tim core.
Yep. And you can also, because also on that list is the 2005 version with
J. Depp.
John Depp, which is also Tim Burton, right? Which would make another Tim Burton movie, along with Batman Returns and Edward Scissorhands, also taking place on Christmas.
Yeah.
On Christmas.
Other than, if we just look at Tim Burton's filmography of him as a director,
Either it's spooky or it's Christmas.
Would you say Batman Returns is his most Christmas movie, or did he do like a legit Christmas movie?
Outside of are we counting Nightmare Before Christmas?
Only the ones that he's directed himself.
Okay, directed himself. I mean, out of the ones he directed himself, I would say that Batman Returns is probably the most Christmas.
I think I'd agree with that too, because I don't know his full filmography, so he might have done like a legit Christmas movie at some point.
Maybe.
I always associate him with Halloween because of like Sleepy
me too.
Hollow and like Halloween, or no, Frankenweenie. Yeah.
Yep. Just all of his movies. We don't need to rank these, but I just wanted to run through like a few on this list that are just kind of fun to think about that you wouldn't necessarily think, oh yeah, this has anything to do with Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Clueless, apparently. Moonstruck.
Okay.
What's it? Glass, the M. Night Shyamalan movie.
All right.
Oppenheimer. Catch Me If You Can.
Yes, that's the one. Okay, I am actually going to throw that one up there. The thing is that it's not a learn your lesson, but it's every Christmas, Frank Abagnale Jr. calls up Hanratty, Tom Hanks's character, because he has no other family, so he calls him up on Christmas because he's like his only friend.
Which is kind of Christmassy.
And he catches I think he catches him finally. He catches him finally on Christmas Eve or something like that.
Oh. Yeah.
And another one of Steven Spielberg's that a lot of people, mistake is maybe The Terminal. The Terminal is could be considered a
that's super Christmassy,
Christmas or Thanksgiving-y, because everybody's going to on an airplane to visit their family. And
another Tom Hanks one, Castaway. Also,
where would you say Catch Me If You Can goes though? Because I would say it might have a Mistletoe Inn. Because
Mistletoe Inn, yeah. Christmas is an important part of the movie, but not like, I don't know. Doesn't have much of the themes or vibes that a lot of Christmas movies put out.
Mm-hmm.
Step Brothers is on the list. Godfather.
Step Brothers.
Yeah. Spider-Man: No Way Home. You've Got Mail.
All right. Enough Tom
Sleepless
Hanks.
in Seattle.
Yeah, enough Tom Hanks.
Yeah, that's what I'm finding out. There's a lot of Tom Hanks.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Polar Express.
Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Yeah, I was going to say Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
All right.
That was one we briefly discussed. Yeah, so there's a lot of... So I was trying to flip through the whole list. And then I looked at my little progress bar on the side of my phone, and it was I was at 100 and something. I was only maybe halfway, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not looking at this whole thing.
Well, that is a lot.
Movies that have at least a scene on Christmas.
Yeah.
That aren't necessarily Christmas movies.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out, the time of year.
Well, I'm happy with this. This is our the Fargonaut definitive list of is it a Christmas movie? And now you can kind of...
not of is it a Christmas movie, of which Christmas movies are more...
Yeah, where they fall.
Festive, more spirit, more Christmassy than others.
Yeah,
which embody various parts of the spirit and season of Christmas.
We're summoning spirits here.
I think I'm. I like this list. I like the discussion that we had and our thought process behind them. I'd like to know if there's any we missed, or if anybody has really harsh opinions on ones we've listed, because I know that
I'm just gonna assume the whole in Shane Black oeuvre we've missed.
Yeah.
He's just the biggest Christmas fanboy the world's ever seen.
He's the hidden Christmas fanboy. What do we call him? Secret Christmas boy? What is it?
Secret Christmas boy? I don't know, dude.
We threw out we coined him something.
We did.
I forgot what we said, but it was he's a hidden Christmas boy. I don't know.
reclusive Christmas kid. I don't know.
Yeah, it was something like that. But yeah, Shane Black loves Christmas, so
he does. Dude.
That's how we'll end this episode. Thank you guys for joining us and letting us digress on these films. Go watch them. They're all pretty fun. Even you guys, the ones that maybe you haven't seen, like The Long Kiss Goodnight or The Ref, or Eyes Wide Shut, even. If you like the
Eyes Wide Shut is for sure one that I've got to watch.
I'm more familiar with the porn parody, Thighs Wide Shut.
What? How can they?
I don't know. That's the thing. It just popped in my head.
Eyes wide open.
With thighs wide open.
With that, you beat me.
All right. Merry Christmas, everybody. Goodbye.
Ho, ho, ho.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Oh, goodness.